And welcome back to part 3 of our small road trip in Nevada. Here we are going towards the Grand Canyon on our front. Well, the day before our last day, and we got a little mini sandstorm going on, which was kind of cool to see. You're in the middle of the desert and you see just sand flying left and right. So we are entering Arizona, which technically we never left since we were staying in Arizona, but because we were kind of like across the bridge from Laughlin, it's kind of just cool to see the Arizona sign going back and forth. But yeah, it was about a 2.5 hour trip from where we were staying in Bullhead, Arizona to the Grand Canyon. But luckily there was some pit stops along the way. We could just stop by and just, relax, take in the scenery and just look at the beautiful like desert and landscapes. And I just love looking at the mountains. There were like so like different textures in the mountains and the different, colors. It was just pretty neat to just kind of look around. But it was a short trip. I mean, it was a 2 hour trip to get to the Grand Canyon, and it was a 2 hour trip back, but it was so totally worth it. I do recommend that if you are gonna go take this trip, not to do it in one day because it is very, very exhausting. But like I said, different mountains, different textures. It's just like a lot of scenery to take in. It was quite beautiful, I must say. Like, I wish I had more time to kind of just look at the scenery, but you look at it too much and you also get car sick. So, and here we go up the hills, through the desert, and then you see all of a sudden this lanyards for Grand Canyon and Williamstown. So Williamstown is like this cool pit stop or pre-Grand Canyon destination is about an hour 15 minutes away from the Grand Canyon. But it's like on Route 66 and it has like this vintage towns, restaurants and vintage like Coca-Cola stores and then artifacts and stuff like that. It was all pretty cool. They also have a zip line, which I thought was like really cool. I was trying to get where it started. It's like kind of starts like where Williamstown is, where that sign was at, or the crossroads. And then I was trying to get where the ending of the zip line was exactly, but it just kind of went mysteriously behind the building, so I couldn't see past that. But yeah, like I think it goes pretty short. We didn't try it, but because like I said, our stay was really short. But they had like this really cool antique store where they had like all these different old cars and old you know trinkets and stuff like that. And I do apologize about the footage. My lens was the wrong lens, but I did see this cool Mater McQueen car mix that they did. It was pretty awesome to see. It was just like a random thing that we got there. And it was pretty busy on that day. Like, I think we got here like maybe around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And it was already pretty bustling. Like, but I just loved like the old vintage feel and the restaurants and the signs, like the neon signs and the old cars that they had everywhere. Like, it was just like so cool to just kind of see and take in. I think we were here for maybe like about 30 minutes, just kind of like stretching our legs, walking around, and just kind of looking at the stores. It was really cool to just feel in that vintage. You like look at all these like old memorabilia and like Coke stuff, Harley, of course. It was really cool to see. Like, I love old Coca-Cola like vintage stuff for some reason, but yeah, they have like a lot of like memorabilia and old signage that was pretty cool. So I highly recommend you to come over and just kind of spend a day here even and just enjoy it. It was really cool, and the people were really nice too. So after about a 45-minute break, we went back on the road. Here's the rest of Williamstown as we were actually leaving. And soon as I came to realize when we were leaving, we were actually entered the wrong way because I guess there's like a signage that says like "Welcome to Williamstown," but we were actually leaving Williamstown towards the Grand Canyon. So I don't know if we went in the back way or it's just because most people just pass through Williamstown when they are coming through the Grand Canyon. So yeah, but I don't know. The whole thing on this whole trip was everything was kind of backwards. Like, we ended up going through the wrong places than we were originally supposed to. But it was nice to see like all these like modern buildings too, and it was like a mixture of old and new, like not like old man where it was just like ooh, all 1800s buildings. Like here they had some modern amenities also. So this is the sign that I was saying that it says welcome to Williamstown. And it's as we were actually leaving to go to the Grand Canyon. So oh, it actually does say like gateway to the Grand Canyon. So yeah, we are probably just looking at it through the back way. But yeah, say there's another one. So, okay, we're going the right way toward the Grand Canyon. And I just love like all the pine trees that we're starting to see. And this was in Tucson. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But this is like 20 minutes before you actually reach the Grand Canyon, and they do have like a lot of hotels and restaurants and stuff that you can do before you actually see the Grand Canyon. So if you don't want to stay like in Williamstown, if that's a little bit too far out, you can also stay in Tucson. I'm sorry, and yeah, just kind of stay here, sleep the night, and then get up, go over to the Grand Canyon, and spend your day there, and just come back and relax, and then hit the road the next day. They also have like this cool museum, which if I ever come back here, I do want to kind of check out. It seems like really interesting. They also have like the whole, I guess, like outdoor events that they were planning to do. Like we were in a kind of a rush, so we didn't really get to explore much. But yeah, I do recommend at least spending 2 days here just to kind of make sure you take everything in. And I had a cool like welding architecture or statues things that they had, which I found were really cool. And like people are very talented. And like literally, as you see like all the pines, like you can smell the pine. It's like literally if you buy an air freshener of pine, like that's what it smells like. It was like so intoxicating and delicious. Like I just loved it. And here we're coming to the Grand Canyon, and it is 4th of July weekend, so there was a line to go in. It was $35 per private vehicle to go in. And I think we were at this line for about a good 20-30 minutes, but we finally made it to the Grand Canyon after about 2.5 hours and like an additional 20-minute waiting line to get in. But yeah, like I do apologize for the footage. I tried to stabilize it as much as I could, but I don't have like any gimbals or anything like that, so I just pretty much did it through like my editor that I just learned to use. So but yeah, I tried the best. I do apologize, it is still a little wonky. But I mean, like once you actually like hike up, which is like another maybe 10-minute hike up the trail where you park, like you actually get to this railway or like fencing area that they have of a certain area, and you just see like the Grand Canyon. And at first I thought it was like a poster billboard type thing that they had, but it just looks like a poster. Like it's just so breathtaking, like the colors, the depth, like I'll just let you enjoy the scenery for a minute. Like I was just breathtaken by how big the gorge is, and like I'll just stay quiet. And like it just looks like a poster card, like kind of looking back at it. And there were a lot of people, and there were a lot of places where there weren't any railings, but you could actually kind of go onto the rocks. But that was a little too sketchy for me, so I didn't really go onto the rocks. And there was a lot of little squirrels like out, and you kind of want to like feed them and give them water, but they have signs everywhere that says don't feed the squirrels. They have their own survival tactics and stuff. So but they were so cute to look at, and like I felt bad. I really wanted to give them something to eat and some water, but no, gotta respect the wildlife. Speaking of wildlife, there's also another little town in the Grand Canyon that I also recommend to check out. And if you take the train, you can actually go there. And in the forest, you can actually see the elephant roost like so close up. They're literally maybe 30-40 feet away from the street. Like, it was so cool to see. It was just breathtaking. Like, I cannot express that enough. It was just breathtaking. And then as we were coming back, there was this like gas station slash gift store that we saw that had like a lot of old 50s style cars inside, and like these statues outside, and inside they had like this cool old Elvis themed store, which I highly recommend. But yeah, thanks for watching this short video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.